Hey guys, and welcome back to the Aubameyang career mode, and cut the preamble right into games here, but this one wasn't in the league, it was in the cup against Real Betis, and I had absolutely no interest in winning this game. Still doesn't mean Fabrizio didn't get absolutely torn apart in the dressing room after that. I did forget to rotate the keepers. So I did rotate most of the team around, all the players that were unhappy with me because I essentially threw them in the bin. They got a bit of playing time, and they proved to me exactly why I should have thrown them in the bin in this game. Peltola. On his first ever start, Peltola, the young superstar from Finland. The next Teemu Pukki. You know, preferably not, lads. Oh god, what are you doing? My word, son, stop it. Please stop. You see, look at that, it's torturing Cubo as well, he just pushed him over. Anyway, Real Betis back on the attack, trying to regain the advantage, and I mean, keeper, right? It's like he saves all the hard ones, but the easy ones always seem to go in. We need to upgrade in that position, in my opinion. So we're trying to make it 2-2, and Peltola, he's having the game of his life, now picks up an assist. I played him as a false 9 so he could just drop into that hole between midfield and defense. I mean, he's a centre forward, so it's his natural position. He's like a Roberto Firmino, and we give it away so stupidly there. The left back, whose name I don't know, gives it away. Now Real Betis on us like a pack of wolves, and what is keeper doing there? He alone could have cost us this game. I mean, what's he thinking? Caught in no man's land. Yeah, now it's 3-2. But we're trying to find the equaliser. It's picked up by Junior, who plays it into Sally Bowes, not having a great season, and, well, that's a really good save, to be fair. Now Real Betis on the attack again. We can't get the ball off them. Ball played in, and there's another goal. Knocked out of the Copa de España? Is that the Copa del Rey? Do they maybe not have the rights to it? Before this season, I thought Saliba would be one of my main guys, but, well, here's one of the reasons why he's not. Okay, after that early exit in the cup, we have a press conference ahead of our next league game against Real Sociedad. That old January transfer window was a bit of a flop, but we only have a few hundred K in the bank. When 80 million gets you Harry Maguire, I mean, a few hundred K will probably get you his toenail. But we do need to get back on track after, I think, 2 losses in a row in the league. It's not been the best. I mean, recently we've just been scrapping for points, trying to get as many as we can, and we're still relatively comfortable outside the relegation zone in 15th position. Anyway, let's get into this game. Now from kickoff, Sociedad on us. Isak hits it at keeper, and here's what I mean, the hard saves he always gets to, but the easy ones always seem to go in. But we're on the attack, square to Hernandez, and he scores. Lovely finish, and we have the lead here away, and Hernandez is one brave man to stand in front of a bunch of angry Spanish supporters like that and expect not to get stabbed. Didn't really matter though. Real Sociedad on the attack a few minutes later, and they finished that. Keeper beat at the near post, poor effort from him. Lads, I can't wait to sell him. Oh look, it's that kid from Real Madrid, Odegaard. Anyway, it's right on half time. Ball is whipped in and Isak gets his noggin on it. And, I mean, our defenders are just piss poor. The 2 centre-backs, they're just static. The Spanish Phil Jones. Anyway, here's a very rare, well-worked goal from us. I mean, playing it around, Largo Jr., lovely little spin, whips in that ball, and Hernandez gets his head on it. And it's 2-2, and that's his second of the game. Hat-trick is on, lads. But as good as we are going forward, we are porridge at the back. Martinez sends that defender to the local pub before smashing that one in. Nothing Fabrizio could have done about that one in that case. I'll let you off, lad. I mean, these games must be entertaining for a neutral. I mean, there's so many goals in them, but for me, they make me want to stick my head in an oven, because we always seem to score a lot of goals, but just the defending is absolutely dreadful. Now, we maybe could have given ourselves a glimmer of hope if Cubo had just been a bit more composed with that one. But it would have been unfair because we were well beaten. Odegaard smashes that one in for, I think, what is his hat-trick? Yeah, we really need to start getting points on the board. This is the closest I've ever come with a free kick. Would have been nice. But lads, we're in trouble. Real Valladolid in our half, and I mean, we're losing at home to Real Valladolid. We really are piss poor, aren't we? Now then, here's the scrappiest goal you're ever going to see. Ball bouncing around everywhere, and it always seems to fall to the other team. It never falls to me. Now, one thing I really like about La Liga is the away days, because almost all of them are official stadiums, apart from our one, which is pretty much the only generic stadium. Anyway, Espanyol decides to turn into Barcelona, running rings around our defenders before ball goes in the box, and there's a goal for you. Now, if you thought I stopped with the pace abuse in this game, well, you're absolutely wrong, because we take it from pretty much our own box, run it as fast as we can, Hernandez with the pace, and it's literally our first chance, and for once, it's nice and jammy for us. And so often in this game it's frustrating because I feel like the AI score with the only chances they get, and I have had like 10 and missed all of them. Now, none of those three guys could have just stuck a leg out, could they? Oh no. Now then, screw up from their centre back. Kubo pounces. He's 1-on-1 to give us the lead. What are you doing, son? But then Kubo redeems himself. We win it back in midfield. Playing it out, Regina gives it to Kubo. Lovely through ball, and that's a brilliant goal. Now then, can we all take a minute to fantasize in the shower about that absolutely beautiful through ball from Regina? Now we're looking to wrap this one up. The ball is whipped in from Kubo, and Febas somehow misses this absolute sitter. And he's very lucky we went on to win this game. And all credit is due to Fabrizio here, because he's had his bad moments, but that's an insane start. Now, we were dominating for the earlier exchanges of this game against Alaves, but here's kind of what I mean about the AI scoring with their only chance. I mean, this is just ridiculous. They didn't have a sniff for those first 20, and then they do that. Anyway, keep our heads up. Febas. Now, Fran Marito on one more. Ricino, who's definitely been my best signing, and that would have been beautiful. But it wasn't meant to be, and I'll tell you, for this first half, we were ripping them to shreds. I mean, Hernandez there probably should have scored, but it was on his weak side. Then, second chance of their game, worst chance of the game, and they score it. It's just so frustrating. I mean, lads, I'm literally staying up until 2 AM to record this FIFA series. Anyway, Peltola threw on goal, and I mean, he was never going to score, was he? His finishing's absolutely awful. Yeah, you know, maybe I'm taking this a bit too seriously, since I'm having to wake up at about 4 AM each day to watch Melbourne FC against Western Sydney flippin' Wanderers in the absence of any other football. In other news, it's 3-0 Alaves. Brilliant. Now then, Marçal, our left back, gives away a penalty. He was, I think, my first signing. But with how absolutely incompetent our two centre-backs were, I had to move him into centre-back. Then Fabrizio sent the wrong way in the penalty, and I think he's faced 3 penalties this season, and that's the first one he's conceded. Spanish Bill Hamid, lads. Anyway, Peltola whips that in back post, and just wasn't meant to be. That consolation after being 4-0 down at home to one of the worst teams in the league just wasn't meant to be. Then Saliba couldn't finish that either. Yeah, Saliba couldn't finish his dinner, could he? He's probably been the most disappointing player. I had high expectations from him. Then Marçal gives away his second penalty of the night. Now, it could have been 5 against relegation Alaves, but it came off the post. Now we have Getafe next up, and remember what I said about Fabrizio saving all the hard ones but letting in all the easy ones? Well, here's a brilliant example of that. I mean, how can you pull off insane reflex stops like that, but then let in shots that travel at the speed of a Mertesacker sprint? Anyway, this is a really nicely worked goal, and played to Hernandez, and of course he won't let you down from that position. We lead against Getafe, but I'm not celebrating because we have a long, expansive history of us bottling leads, and yeah, Gabriel Jesus spins defender and smashes that one in. Now, it's almost half time. Fran Marito juggling that one. Now, Pozo just put that in the box. Oh god, he's surely killed someone with that cross. And yeah, lads, that actually was a cross. Now, Regina plays that to Hernandez, and he just can't get it past the keeper. Yeah, I've changed Aubameyang's clothing, getting hotter here in Mallorca, so thought that might be important. Now, we've been playing pretty good against Getafe, we just need that killer instinct if we want to win this game. Yeah, that's right, Fran Marito, get stuck in. No. He's pulled out a red, lads. And what planet is that a red? Now, lads, there are plenty of reasons to not play FIFA until 2 in the morning, but this is one of them. Now, there are other reasons as well not to be as stupid as me, such as the fact you do need more than 5 hours of sleep, and your parents might get so triggered at you that they burn your Xbox in a bin. But back to the game, I mean, that's not really how you respond to having a red card, is it? Jesus plays that one through, and it's 3-1 Getafe. And yeah, lads, that's the game. Another disappointing result at home to Getafe, 3-1. Now, I would try to somehow blame this result on the goalkeeper, but in this case, it's all down to me. We still are outside of the relegation zone in 15th, still about 5 points above it. I really don't know how, lads. I mean, it's been a pretty shocking season, but our one goal is to avoid relegation, so if we do so by the end of the season, it's a good first season for Aubameyang. Now it's like another 12 games left, so I want in the next 2 episodes the season to be over and done with, then we'll have an episode for the Euros, and then we start next season. Anyway, that's the end of the video, lads. I'll have the next episode out in the next few days. Anyway, if you enjoyed this one, give it a like, give it a share, subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'll see you in a bit.